Hello. Welcome to our cinema. Would you like some tickets? Yes, please. Excellent. 2 tickets. Oh, right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what we hope is going to be the first of a number of community cinema nights. The idea is to have cinema actually on our own doorstep. We're not competing, thank you, we're not competing with the mainstream cinemas, we're not competing with the kino. We're here to create a cinema experience that people can walk to in Buckhaven, that they can have an evening in Buckhaven without having to get a taxi, without costing a huge amount, where you can have a nice evening. We're starting with gentle Scottish comedy, because Scotland actually used to make some quite nice comedies, so we're going to go back to that. We have some domestic things I have to tell you, first and foremost. If, and we're not planning this, there is a fire, leave the building through the door. I can't really say any simpler than that.
Well, I thought you were going to do your bit.
Put on your oxygen mask before helping another.
Well, if you're firefighting, you're fighting. Well, you have clearly spent far too much time going on holidays. And you believe that everyone now who does this should be doing the aeroplane. Some of you who are there know that I've banged on about community cinema for a number of years, and I'm really pleased that Claire shares the view that we should have things in our community. So I think this is another thing that's really, really good. Another thing on domestic, just to come back to that, if you want the toilets, you go to the back, turn to the left, and you follow it round. And where it says gents, it says ladies.
The sensor lighting.
The sensor lighting. The sensor lighting, so it's a very sensitive building. Okay.
Installed by Claire, by the way.
Was it? All right. As you can tell, this is a group introduction. We're going to have tonight a short Scottish film. Sadly, comedy is one of the things that everybody likes. If you go to the Edinburgh Festival, 35% of the fringe is comedy. And the next one's about 12%. It shows you the huge gap. Comedy is something people enjoy. So what we've tried to do is have, yes, I've come to mobile phones. Yes, put your mobile phone on silent or off. Well reminded. I should do that as well, just to be on the safe side. Right. Anyone else that wishes to heckle, please take a number. Yes, it's on the ticket.
Where's your piano?
There is also food here, which is free. It's all part of the ticket. There's popcorn, sandwiches, there's juice, there are biscuits, there's tea and there's coffee, and so on. What we're going to do here? You're feeling. Yeah, you should have been here about half an hour before. Okay, so what we're going to have tonight, we're going to have a short Scottish comedy, which I was actually in. I have to say it's something I've been. Thank you very much. It's one of the films I'm quite pleased about because it's a nice, gentle family comedy. I have to say when this was shown at the Edinburgh Cinema. The Edinburgh Film House. All of the other films, this was made by students, all the other films were dark and kind of really disturbing. And I have to say, I wondered whether we're going to have students who are going to last the thing. And then this one came up, and it was one of the few comedies of the night. So I think it highlights the fact that Scottish comedy is something we used to be really good at, and it's something we want to kind of go back to. They don't have to be tartan, it doesn't have to be wrapped in Scottishness. It just needs to be a nice, good, funny film. So we're going to start with that. I hope you enjoy it. I certainly enjoyed making it. We're going to have a short trailer for the next film, which is going to be Restless Natives. Another good Scottish comedy film, something a little bit different. And then we're going to have a few minutes while we do a bit of technical switching back. Those who were here earlier, you know, we had to switch back to where we are. We have to switch to input, which we're really looking forward to, having done that for this one, having changed the format. And then we will have the main feature. The main feature is Bill Forsyth's first feature-length comedy called That Sinking Feeling. And for those of you around or who are aware, Bill Forsyth made a number of Scottish comedy films that started with a lot of very unknown people and built up through Gregory's Girl and Local Hero to include a lot more well-known people. But a lot of young Scottish talent got a break, an opportunity to go into film that they probably wouldn't have had if he hadn't been around. He's an award-winning Scottish film director, and so we thought it was quite appropriate to perhaps start off with Bill Forsyth. Now you'll notice also we have keen camera people around as well. We have a filmmaking project that we're developing as well, as a part of the team. And what I would really appreciate is, having seen the films tonight, having experienced the community cinema, is to tell us about it. So on your way out, if you're happy to just say you enjoyed it, or what could be better, or what was great, we'd really appreciate it. Okay? And anything you tell us will be
Disregard.
short and a long intro.
Your call is important to
But
us.
we're gratefully received. And also if you've got ideas for other films as well, you'd be very, very welcome. If you're unhappy about anything being put online or anything, let us know. Because what we'd like to do is, if you're happy, is put some of it together and you can then go and tell everyone you're on YouTube. Here's our first selection of the night. Out you go. That's why troublemakers go to the front and not go. Okay. So I think.
And just as an incentive to remain behind, you've noticed you've got a ticket. We'll have a lucky draw to. We'll distribute 2 of our unique and limited edition Buckhaven heritage calendars. So 2 lucky winners. Now, it's not a very big audience, so you've got a reasonable chance. But it's only distributed at the end.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, I think, without saying anything further, I think we should go on with our programme. So, if we get some lights.
The idea is January and February we'll aim to have something on every month. And we're kind of starting off with comedy, mainly Scottish comedy initially, because comedy is always a good thing to kick off with. But part of that is we also want to showcase short films. So if you know of anyone who's got short films, particularly comedy, because comedy is one thing people don't do a lot of. Family comedy in particular, so there's a wee bit of a struggle there. I think John McPhail's about the only guy that I know who that's his thing. Otherwise, everyone's doing horror or.
So our first community cinema, and you came along tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad I did.
Did you enjoy the film?
I enjoyed it. It was nice. It was an amusing piece of Scottish nostalgia, and I'm glad I came along. And I just hope there's more in the future, and more people come along to see it as well. It's really worthwhile.
Excellent. Did you think it was value for money?
Of course,
£3.
certainly was, and it saves you. You said at night, you're only having to come out of the house and longer and more. You don't have to get buses and drive. Really, it's a good
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your
You're
comments.
welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye.
So Derek, you've come along to our first community cinema. What do you think?
I thought it was very good. I've never seen that film before, but it was quite good actually. It was quite amateurish the first time, but I thought it was a damn fine effort by Mr. Forsyth, isn't it?
It was indeed his first feature.
Yeah, I've seen Local Hero and I've seen Gregory's Girl, but I haven't seen any other movies apart from that one. Right, and that was very good. I think it was great the way they captured the poor sort of urban landscape of Glasgow.
Yeah.
Which was quite awful actually. It was good, it was funny, it was a damn fine effort.
Lots of nice wee comic touches in there.
Oh, it was funny in parts. It wasn't hilarious all the way through, but it was funny. The funniest bit in the entire film is near the end, when the boy is selling the sinks and the guy thinks it's a work of art. That just encapsulates modern art perfectly.
And that was in fact Richard DeMarco, who was an art collector.
I recognised him.
It was actually Richard DeMarco. Yes.
thought I recognised that.
who at the time was a major player in the arts world in Scotland. So to get
That
him
was the
involved,
joke, yeah.
absolutely, that was part of the joke. It was a real, absolutely top guy in Scotland perhaps at the time. So what about the idea of community cinema and what we're trying to do tonight? We had a few technical lectures, but it's community cinema.
I think it's a great idea to have a local cinema that is small, that you can watch old films, classic films that people can come locally to see for £3. Isn't much to ask. I think it's an excellent idea.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you for your comments.
Not at all,
Brilliant.
thank you.
So, you've come along to our first community cinema. How did you feel it went?
It went very well after a few little hiccups at the beginning, but once the film started, excellent. I wasn't sure what the film would be like, you know, whether it was going to be A1 or what, but I've got to say I laughed.
Yes.
Aloud. Several times.
You weren't the only one. There were lots of bits where people were clearly enjoying the
I mean,
humour.
I like a good laugh, and I'm fed up with films that are making me laugh.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work. I'm all in favour.
It's a great idea. Cinema on your doorstep. 2 minutes walk up the road. Lovely. Good company.
Yes.
Refreshments. Excellent. I thought I'd seen the picture before. I sat watching it thinking, no, I've seen excerpts of it before, so it was lovely to see the whole of it.
Do you come along to our first cinema night?
Yes,
How do you feel it went?
I think it's great, a really nice intimate space, met some really friendly people, nice food, and a film which I must have seen, 30 years ago, and really came to life. Saw Glasgow, which I have vague memories of, and what a funny film. I've actually forgotten just how funny that sinking film actually was.
And it shows that Scotland we can make good films and good comedy films that are fresh and original.
Yes, absolutely. And we don't really see Scotland that much. It's good to see, although it's an old film, it's good to see that kind of side of kind of Scottish life and Scottish humour.
So the idea of community cinema, do you think that works reasonably well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think people like the experience of meeting other people and sharing and having a drink. If you get people to come into that, fantastic. And I believe here you've got a community that's probably not had a cinema since the 1960s. So again, it's quite nice that they can have that experience.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Okay.